Boy, we talk about this all the time here on ATN. Sadly, the trouble with sexting and cyberbullying and how prevalent this has become. What do you do when your kid gets mixed up in the middle of it? What do you do when you don't even know your preteen or your teenager is smack dab in the middle of something that you just can't even believe, and suddenly you get this phone call out of the blue, or you see some photos on Facebook? So check it out. I cannot wait to introduce you to this guy. You're going to love this. How do you proactively help the kids? How do you make sure that they don't damage their future, for example, by having things that are out there forever and a day because of how fast technology is moving? There's a thing called EyeGuardian, and it's a way for parents to monitor their child's Facebook account, their phone, their computer for nudity, frankly, for nude pictures and sexting, those inappropriate messages that, again, could linger and really get them into trouble. So Stephen White is a father of 4, and he is the founder of ImageVision and this thing that I'm telling you about, EyeGuardian. Stephen, thanks for joining us on America Tonight.
Yes, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
So what was the genesis for this? What made you develop this and think about doing something in this direction? Because obviously you're a tech guy and you do those kind of things. You develop things. But how did you come up? Why did you come up with EyeGuardian? Because you have kids and you saw the need for it, or was there a story that prompted you to do this? What happened?
Yeah, so about 3 years ago, my co-founder's daughter had just come home from a school event, put her phone down on the counter and gone upstairs to take a shower. And about that time, one of the boys at school had sent an image and inquired about her shower. And the image, at this time, and this is about 3 years ago, this is before sexting was a popular vocabulary term. And of course, it was an illicit image he had taken of himself. And you can imagine sort of the shock, surprise, and outrage that my co-founder Mitch and his wife had at the time. So they called up their local computer geek, me, and said, Steve, how is it that we can put some software on the phone to block it? And so we went online, Googled it, found really nothing out there that could block images, right? So, I mean, there was stuff that can, if you try to go to a particular website, it'll block you from accessing the website, but nothing that could look at content, particular user-generated content.
You get a group of software engineers, or that's what you're doing too, right, together, and you're developing this app. What is it? Is it a cloud-based thing?
Yeah, so the software that we've built is a Facebook app, and then we're also in the process of rolling out a mobile software app as well. So we'll have 2 different services. And basically the whole idea is it helps parents protect and watch after their kids' online activity. So the idea is if something happens or something pops up offensive on your kid's cell phone and or Facebook, then we're going to send the parent an alert. Let them know that, hey, by the way, here's the offensive content, and it could be everything from a picture to offensive words, phrases. Really, we try to address all the modern issues, whether it be the sexting that is real clear terminology today with the kids, but also we're looking for after cyberbullying and online predators.
Yeah, what did you find? I'm sure in doing the research for this and pulling it all together, what do you have, like a trillion terms in there? Because there's so many things that you and I probably don't even know all the terms.
Well, and we continuously add. So there's a ton of just acronyms and lingo that we've got a team that just keeps up to date on what kids are using these days. So it's including the text lingo. So we have a nice database of all the terms, and that continues to grow every day.
And you've got and what you're doing too right now is aren't you doing a free trial so parents can get a feel for it? Is that what you're doing?
Yes, exactly. So we do have right now, it is a brand new software. We just had it up and running since last Friday, and we are offering it free for anyone that is interested in helping us, test out the software. We're very interested in feedback from your users as they sign up and go through the process and also use the software. We're very interested in having, just the experience and also both good and bad. So we get, I've got a number of emails, and these are my favorite, is from parents that, typically I always hear it's not my kid. It's not my kid. And so I get a number of emails from moms and dads, of course, that say, by the way, this is just my personal experience in your software. I found that, my kid was being bullied and I was able to stop it. And in fact, just today, there was an event over at a local Dallas high school where cops were called in. The police, principal, about 10 different kids were pulled in, and it was all over their daughter being attacked and bullied online through Facebook. So, I mean, I love getting those types of emails, of course. Me being, like you said, I am a father of 4. I've got my oldest right now is 14, and I've got another daughter, 12, and they're just now getting to the Facebook and phone age. So obviously they've got my software on it. But I'm just very excited to be a part in helping out, being able to help other parents like myself with these threats from porn, bullying, and predators.
And you explained this, how they get a text. EyeGuardian, basically what you would do is they would get an email or an SMS text alert. And what are some of the things? Because we know the word. So if there's posts also by other kids to your child's wall, you'd see that. What about the tag thing? That's always confusing.
Yes. So we keep them alerted to everything from images. We alert to conversations, all the messages, whether they're private messages or wall messages. Big thing right now is friends. Everybody's going back to school, meeting new people. We keep parents alerted to who your kids are liking and friending. And, as an example, we watch for people that are not inside your circle, as well as people that are of large age discrepancies. So obviously if it's a uncle or grandmother, then typically that you'll have someone in your circle that you're also friends with. But if it's, 42-year-old guy down the street that just happened to befriend your 13-year-old daughter, typically you're not going to have any friends or associations. We're going to look at that and give you an idea that, hey, this guy needs to be watched after. And at the same time, also, whenever your kids check into places, right, that location gets advertised to everybody on Facebook. And we're going to let you know that, your daughter just checked in at this location and everybody knows about it.
Yeah, and they don't, and see, that's the thing. And obviously you found this out too. There's a great example. Somebody who is 14, 15, I mean, even younger, they're just excited. They're posting, hey, we went to the Sonic, we're here. And they're not thinking that that's an alert that somebody who might want to do them harm can easily go find them there.
That's right. Absolutely. And then, the other thing that's real popular is putting your phone number online, putting your birth date, putting your where you go to school, so your address, everything like that. We do alert, keep you up to date on what information your kids are giving out. So
is it true? Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, and the other thing is, I get this question a lot: is this snooping, right? Do we consider? And so I guess we're not trying to be, we're not trying to develop software that's sort of used for spying and tattling on others. So but the idea here is we do encourage parents to be involved with their kids' activity. In fact, you do require your kid's password to use the service. So we don't want anyone to be able to access accounts out there. So you've got to go through an authentication process. And but other than that, we definitely encourage. It's something similar to, let's say, your corporation that might monitor your email communication. They're upfront and open about it. And the same thing here is we think parents need to be open and honest about the dialogue and say that, hey, by the way, we've got this software that is monitoring your account, and the idea is to keep you safe and make sure that you're making the right decision.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that question, so you beat me to the punch. That was perfect. Do you foresee this? Even I was thinking out loud for a second. What about, at certain companies, and this is where, of course, people would really react to this, but at certain companies where, let's face it, you have people that are looking at porn or doing things they shouldn't be doing on the computers. And a lot of times you'll read a story that'll break that so-and-so was fired because they found that they did this or they did that, and they had no idea for 5 years that it was, they were Facebooking everybody and wasting all the company time. Do you foresee that maybe a company or two might want that?
Yes. In fact, we do have a number of large enterprises and so we call the term user-generated content, but it's basically when you use PhotoBucket and Yahoo, Flickr, Apple, all these different types of services, photo and video sharing services that allow you to upload content to their website and for everyone to view. And so our software is used at these very large websites that deal with, millions and millions of pieces of content every day to actively monitor that content and filter the traffic.
Yeah.
So that is definitely something that we do today. The other thing that our software is being used for right now is law enforcement. So child predators typically have to register their social accounts with their local police department.
Yeah.
The challenge, of course, right now is with the budget cuts, their police officers spread too thin and just not a whole lot of time. You can imagine most people's Facebook account has thousands and thousands of posts every day.
Sure.
So it's very difficult for them to be able to monitor. So that's where we help them out, right?
Love it.
Our software. Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Love it. We're out of time. Hey, Stephen, thanks so much for coming on America Tonight.